Her face is everywhere, on museum posters, on textbooks, replicated in art galleries across the world. That famous limestone bust, perfect symmetry, elegant neck, calm eyes gazing into eternity. Nefertiti's face is one of the most recognized images from the ancient world, but her body? Nowhere. No tomb has been confirmed, no burial chamber discovered, no sarcophagus bearing her name. In a civilization that obsessed over death more than life itself, one of the most powerful women in history simply vanished. And now archaeologists believe they know where she might be hidden. Behind a wall in the Valley of the Kings, sealed inside the most famous tomb ever discovered. But here's what makes this discovery so dangerous. If Nefertiti is there, she wasn't hidden to honor her. She was hidden to contain her. The question is no longer who was Nefertiti. The question is, what happened to her body, and what might happen if we find it? Welcome to today's episode of Ancient Mysteries and Lost Civilizations. Today we're descending into one of archaeology's most controversial mysteries, the lost tomb of Queen Nefertiti and the terrifying possibility that she's been hidden in plain sight for over 3 millennia. This isn't just another missing pharaoh. This is a woman who challenged gods, rewrote religious law, and may have been deliberately erased from eternity itself. Nefertiti was never meant to disappear. She wasn't a minor consort relegated to the background. She stood as a co-ruler beside Akhenaten, the heretic pharaoh who committed the ultimate sacrilege. He tried to destroy their gods. For over 1,500 years, Egypt had worshipped a complex pantheon: Amun-Ra, Osiris, Isis, and dozens more. Then Akhenaten declared it all false. He proclaimed that only one god existed, Ea, the sun disk. This wasn't religious reform, it was spiritual revolution. And Nefertiti didn't just support it, she led it. Art from this reign shows something unprecedented. Nefertiti depicted with the same power symbols as a pharaoh. She wears the double crown. She's shown striking Egypt's enemies with a mace. She performs religious rituals forbidden to women. In some reliefs, she appears alone, conducting state ceremonies as if she were the sole ruler. Some scholars believe she ruled Egypt after Akhenaten's death, possibly under the mysterious name Nefertiti. She wasn't just a queen consort, she was a pharaoh, a female king. And then, suddenly, she disappeared from history. No death record, no burial announcement, just absence. When Akhenaten died, his religious revolution died with him, and Egypt's response was swift and brutal. The old priesthood returned with a vengeance. The traditional gods were restored. Akhenaten's name was chiseled from every monument. His images were defaced. This was spiritual assassination. And Nefertiti? She vanished even more completely. For a woman of her status to have no confirmed tomb is extraordinary. Egyptian elites spent decades preparing their burials. To die without a proper tomb meant spiritual annihilation. For someone as powerful as Nefertiti to simply disappear suggests one of two possibilities. Either she was deliberately denied burial as ultimate punishment, or her tomb was hidden so well that 3,000 years of tomb robbers and archaeologists never found it. The Valley of the Kings was a sealed realm, a necropolis carved into hidden desert cliffs. Pharaohs chose this location specifically for secrecy. Each tomb was sealed with multiple barriers, stone walls, rubble fill, and clay seals. But beyond physical protections, there were spiritual ones. Curses inscribed on walls, protective deities invoked in spells. The Egyptians who built these tombs believed absolutely in their power. For decades, Egyptologists assumed Nefertiti was buried somewhere else. But in 2015, a British Egyptologist named Nicholas Reeves made a startling announcement based on high-resolution scans of Tutankhamun's tomb. There were hidden doorways behind the painted walls. Tutankhamun's tomb has always been unusual. It's far smaller than other royal tombs. Its layout is cramped. The walls show signs of hasty completion. It all suggests the tomb wasn't originally built for him. He died unexpectedly around age 19, and there wasn't time to prepare a proper royal burial. Nicholas Reeves noticed straight lines behind the painted plaster of the burial chamber's north and west walls. Lines that suggested doorways deliberately sealed and plastered over, hidden chambers. Reeves proposed a radical theory. Tutankhamun's tomb was actually an outer chamber of a much larger tomb complex. The real burial, the main chambers, lay beyond those sealed doorways. And those chambers, he argued, likely contained the body of Nefertiti. His reasoning was compelling. Tutankhamun's tomb shows architectural features more typical of a queen's burial. The timeline fits. If Nefertiti died shortly before Tutankhamun, her nearly complete tomb could have been adapted for the young king, leaving her inner chambers sealed and undisturbed. Reeves' theory generated immediate international attention. Ground-penetrating radar was brought in and multiple scanning technologies were employed, and the results were inconclusive. Some scans suggested voids. Others showed nothing. But here's what's strange. Despite the international interest, no one has opened the walls. Officially, the reasons are preservation concerns. But some archaeologists whisper about other concerns, political or religious. A reluctance that goes beyond scientific caution into something more primal. Because if Nefertiti is behind those walls, her discovery would raise uncomfortable questions. Was she hidden deliberately? Was her burial sealed not to honor her, but to contain her? In ancient Egyptian belief, the improperly buried dead could become dangerous, restless, and capable of bringing chaos into the world. Nefertiti was intimately connected to religious upheaval. From the perspective of Egypt's restored priesthood, she was spiritually contaminated, a threat even in death. If they couldn't erase her completely, the next best option would be containment. Seal her away. Hide her burial behind another pharaoh, creating layers of protection. Not to honor her memory, but to ensure she stayed buried. As of now, the walls of Tutankhamun's tomb remain intact. The supposed hidden chambers remain sealed. No breakthrough has come, and perhaps that's how it should be. Nefertiti challenged divine order. If the priests who buried her believed she needed to be contained, then perhaps the real question isn't whether we can find her, but whether we should. The mystery of Nefertiti's tomb remains one of Egyptology's greatest unsolved puzzles. Her tomb exists somewhere. It may be in Amarna or in some undiscovered location, or it may be exactly where Nicholas Reeves suggested, hidden behind the walls of the most famous tomb in history, protected by layers of death and deliberately concealed. Modern technology will eventually provide answers, but some mysteries persist because solving them requires crossing boundaries we're not sure should be crossed. The ancient Egyptians believed that tombs should remain sealed forever. If Nefertiti was deliberately contained by priests who understood spiritual danger in ways we've forgotten, then perhaps the greatest respect we can show isn't discovery, it's restraint. If this journey left you questioning what other secrets remain hidden, make sure to subscribe, because we investigate not just what history forgot, but what history deliberately tried to hide. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an expedition. Should archaeologists open the walls to search for Nefertiti, or are some mysteries meant to stay buried? Leave a comment below. Thank you for descending into the valley's greatest secret with me today. Some queens vanish from history. Others are hidden behind walls we haven't yet opened. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.